You really should have talked to me first before making the appointment.
Look, it's the only time he had free. I mean, this guy's very busy. Besides, I knew you had a lunch break coming up. We can cancel it if you'd like. This guy's the best, Maggie. I said I would help you. That's all I'm trying to do.
Yeah, I know. You've done a lot more in the past few days than I have in a whole year.
Well, it's just an accident of birth that I happen to have connections.
No, it's not just that. Having someone else involved means I have to be very sure about what I'm doing.
Look, your husband deserves the best care he can get. And you shouldn't have to go bankrupt providing it for him. Look, people who know, people who saw and were there, know that there were corners cut building that Capitol rig, and that's what caused the accident.
Yeah, but will they say that publicly?
We'll have to find out, won't we?
All right, we'll go. But, you know, I don't think I really need your connection.
Oh, yeah?
I think I need your faith. I used to be like that in the beginning. Thought everything would work out. You almost make me believe that again.
I'll believe it.
So, who are we going to see?
Well, he's a big friend. He's a friend of my mom's, a big trial lawyer. His name's Stanfield Lee.
Yeah, I've heard of him. But I thought his practice was in New York or Washington.
Oh, yeah, both places up till now. But as a matter of fact, in the Sentinel this week, we are announcing the opening of his new office here.
Well, imagine that.
Look, we probably want to start out with a big splash here, so we'll need a case to do it. Now, one that'll involve some major storylines and maybe a major corporation. Wouldn't hurt to know that the man who's responsible for some of those headlines is directly involved.
Rosa, I didn't have lunch on the plane. Would you fix me something light? Then I have a couple of calls I want to make before I go to the hospital.
You don't have to go to the hospital. I'm here. Welcome home.
You are here. What is this? Are you sure you're all right to be home? You look awfully pale. Come
No,
on,
really,
sit down.
stop it. I'm fine. I just wanted to be here to greet you. After all, this is an important moment for us, isn't it? I'll get Brandon.
Rosa, how did the doctor allow this? How did you allow this?
Oh, you know, Gina. She convinced the doctors that she feels fine. She promised to rest and let me take care of her, and they said it would be all right.
Oh, is this any way to take care of her? She should be upstairs, resting in bed.
She says she's fine. I try to get her to go to bed. She won't. The doctor gave her some medication.
Hi, Uncle
Hey there, sport. How you doing?
Did you bring me a present?
Oh, I didn't have any time to get presents on this trip. But I think maybe if you ask Rosa, she might have a special treat for you. Why don't you go and I'll talk to your mom, all right?
Come on, Brandon. We'll find something nice.
Well, you glad to see me?
Oh, of course I am. I'm just very worried about you. You had a terrible accident. It's just been a few days, considering your condition.
Well, I'm fine, and I'm home, and I want us to be a family.
We will be.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Well, if you're sure that you're all right, I guess we can start making plans.
Well, I confess, I've started making plans already. I called the minister, and he's going to be here soon.
You mean right now, today?
Yes, that's all right, isn't it? I thought it's what you wanted, what we both wanted.
Well, yes, I do. Well, you're a lady in a hurry.
Well, you got the divorce in record time, and I thought, aren't you happy? Don't you feel the same way I do?
Of course I feel the way you do. You know I do.
Are you a nervous woman?
The moment, yes.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be if you had what you needed, right?
I don't know. I had to know what it was. What is that?
Tropical fish tank. Open it. It won't bite. They're goldfish, not piranhas.
Well, if I do, what then?
Wait a second, the gun is gone.
What? What are you talking about?
The gun? It's gone.
Cruz, you just forced me in here because you wanted to have some private time with me.
Wait a minute, what's going on here?
Cruz?
Wait a second, I'm sorry, this is important.
This isn't?
Yeah, of course this is. I can't believe that. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. Where were we?
No, you don't. Somehow it's just fine for you to just put me and everything else on hold because more things are important to you. You have all these discussions and just don't ask any questions, Eden. Because this is business, you know, big boy business. Just sit in the corner, Eden, and don't speak unless you're spoken to, Eden.
You're not being fair, Eden.
You treat me like my father treats me. I am an intelligent human being, and I deserve to be treated that way.
Okay, all right, let's not make a mountain out of a molehill now. I'm sorry, let's call a truce.
You're not going to settle it like that. Everything's more important on your end, isn't it? It sure is. With you, it's everything. With me, it's if I have problems with a restaurant or if I have merger plans with Marcello, I'm being too ambitious. I'm too overdriven. I'm trying to deny my feelings because I'm involved with you.
All right, already. Let's start over again. This is just a game that got out of control.
No, it's not a
Time
game.
out.
You hand me this, and then you bail out. You bail out. You run for cover, Cruz.
And so what are you doing? I mean, I got distracted for a second. Now we can't be friends just because you got your feelings hurt a
Oh,
little
because
bit?
some gun's missing? What gun? You're not talking about the gun that was in my father's case. The one that killed Channing.
Eden, please.
Mason told me about it, and I didn't believe him. I believed you.
Mason is always trying to cause trouble, you know that.
You're investigating the Channing case again, aren't you? You've reopened it, haven't you? Peter Flint confessed. What are you doing?
I'm just trying to tie up some loose
Like hell you are.
I'm sorry, I can't let you know about my business all the time. But sometimes investigations have loose ends that tie in with other things.
What other investigations?
At this point, there's nothing to discuss, all right? Certain situations overlap other situations, that's all.
Loose ends like hell. Mr. Straight Talker becomes Mr. Double Talker.
Come on.
All this business with the gun and Channing, it is a very open wound, Cruz. It is painful to remember it, and you are bringing it all up for this family, aren't you?
It's been over 5 years.
Oh, like that makes it all better, doesn't it? What are you doing? Do you want to cause more grief to my family? Is that it? Are we just all too much for you?
You're way off the mark.
Oh, I am, aren't I? Well, maybe you better think about it. Think about how you feel. About my family and about Channing.
I thought we didn't allow secrets in our family. I thought that was the deal.
What kind of secrets do you think I'm keeping, huh? Why would I be lying?
Amy, Jeff had proof the baby could not be his.
I don't care about his proof. There was only one man in my life, and that was Jeffrey. Now, his proof is a fake, okay? Or his doctor must have made a mistake.
Then what about those lab reports?
Amy,
Well, maybe they're wrong. People make mistakes. It happens all the time.
Okay.
Mom, she slept with the elephant man. No. It was Howard Hughes.
Well, you-
No, it couldn't have been Howard. Gosh, he's been dead for years.
Oh, I don't think this is funny anymore.
Oh, come on, Amy. I think it's very funny. It's kind of like playing 20 questions or Name That Mate.
More like Family Feud, if you keep this up. Now, don't you have something to do? I have work to do.
Okay.
Oh, no,
Not
you
gonna
don't.
play this game.
It's coffee break time, and I do believe I have these next 10 minutes reserved. Unless you two guys want to join us.
Great. Yeah. No.
Oh, it's terrible. They have this awful, interesting appointment.
Oh, no. We want you to have a private coffee break. Come on, Jade. We have some shopping to do.
But Amy didn't tell us.
Say goodbye, Jade.
Goodbye, Jade.
Goodbye, Amy. I was only kidding.
Go play in traffic.
What was all that about?
Oh, rudeness, obnoxious little sisters, family stuff. I love those two, but they can be a real pain sometimes.
Would you rather be alone?
I'd rather be Lily and Elmer, but that's not going to happen either, is it? We're all out of coffee. Have a banana.
Well, maybe that's the minister.
No, that's all right. Relax, Gina. Rosa will get it.
Hi, I'm Jackie Parks. I have an appointment with Mr. Cadwell.
I forgot. Miss Parks, please, come in. I believe you know my fiancée, Gina DeMott.
Oh,
Miss Parks, Ted's teacher.
Hello. It's Mrs. Parks.
Oh, sorry, Mrs. Parks.
Well, don't be too long. I'll ask Rosa to make some tea, and I'll check with the minister, right?
All right, thank you. Please. This has been a very, very busy day. I am supposed to be married this afternoon.
Oh, would you like me to come back some other time?
No, not at all. You know, Ted has told me what a dedicated teacher you are and how much special attention you give your students.
Oh, thanks. But I really love teaching. And I think by and large I've got a pretty good group.
By and large. Few bad eggs?
Well, let's just put it this way. I think some students need more motivation than others. But Ted's not one of them. Did you want to talk to me about something in particular?
Well, I've just learned that Ted has been accepted both to Stanford and Harvard.
Yes, he has, and he should be very proud. Acceptance to both those colleges is very difficult. He's going to have to weigh his choice very carefully.
That's true. Ted's very young, and I don't think that the decision should be solely his. That's why I wanted to talk to you. You see, I think that sometimes teachers have more influence than parents.
I'm not exactly sure I understand what you mean.
Well, Ted should be at Harvard, and I would want you to make that clear to him.
Mr. Capel, if I did that for you, I'd have to give him some sort of reason.
Well, I think you will think of something. You see, Harvard is the Capwell School. Our family has gone there for generations, and that's where Ted should be to prepare himself to come into the Capwell mainstream.
Mr. Capel, you shouldn't underestimate Ted. He's really quite capable. The only thing he's got to figure out is where to concentrate his energies.
Well, that's true. He's a fine young man, but he's a little bit immature, and I think that maybe we could work on that together and let Harvard do the rest.
Well, we'll see, Mr. Capwell.
Thank you, Miss Sparks. I want you to know that this is important to me, and I'm very relieved.
Oh, okay. Well, goodbye, Miss DeMott. I'll see myself out.
Thank you.
Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 200, 2, 4, 6, 8, $300. Here's my share of the rent we owe to Kelly. I'll let you pay the full amount.
Yeah, when I get it.
What's going on? You, what? Somebody we know die?
I hope so.
What?
No. It's a new facet of your brilliant brother's life, Theodore. I've taken to reading obituaries. Or, as I used to sneer when I caught my less fortunate colleagues doing it, I've taken to ambulance chasing. Widow chasing, to be more accurate. You see, Ted, the deceased need lawyers to handle their estate. That's one good thing about being in Santa Barbara society. I can recognize the good ones.
Good grief, Mason.
Oh, Ted, don't look so shocked. It's just business. There's nothing wrong with making a little profit on someone else's death. Look at undertakers. No, the only death that disappointed me was Channing's. I thought surely with him gone that I would inherit the crown, that my problems would be over, but here I am.
Mason, just get off it.
Get off what, Ted?
Channing, man. No matter what the subject is, you always change it back to Channing.
Oh, do I? I didn't realize.
Well, just forget about him, all right? It's just gonna ruin your life.
I see. You believe that I made up the specter of Channing as an excuse for my own failures?
No, I think Dad's hard on you. But I do think you bring a lot of it on yourself.
Dad cast me as the villain of this piece a long time ago, Ted. Nothing I can ever say or do can change that. And he cast Channing as the hero. And nothing Channing ever said or did changed that.
Well, now, what's that supposed to mean?
Well, you're a big boy now. I think you're old enough to grapple with the reality of what kind of person your brother really was.
You've got to be mistaken.
I don't think so. I mean, it's gone. There's no mistake about it.
Well, it was here this morning when I came in to straighten the room.
You're absolutely sure?
Yes, I'm sure. I'm very aware of that gun cruise. It gives me the chills every time I see it. I think it's awful to still have it here in the house.
Yeah, I'll bet. Rosa, have there been any strangers in the house this morning? Any, workmen or anything like that?
I don't know. I wasn't here all the time. I went to bring Gina home from the hospital, but I doubt it. We didn't have any workmen or anyone coming in this morning.
Yeah.
What's the matter, Cruz?
Well, I can't tell you right now, but I will explain later. If you just trust me. But can you do me a favor? Will you check and see if somebody was in the house? Maybe a delivery man or anybody?
Of course. I'll check.
Thank you.
I don't care if nobody believes me anymore. I'm so tired of arguing about this.
Amy, I'm sure they believe you. It's just Jade, having fun with you, that's all.
Oh, behind all that fun is some righteous, holier-than-thou attitude, believe me.
Fine, I'll talk to them, okay? It's obvious Jeff is trying to pull something. All I have to do is explain that to them.
It's gonna be like talking to a convention of nuns.
Honey, listen to me. Once the baby's born, you'll have all the proof you'll need. You'll have the blood tests.
Yeah.
What's wrong?
I don't know. This is just all very weird.
What?
I don't know. I got this Jeff problem. Now I got my family bugging me and this job. Especially this job.
It looks to me like you've got things under control.
Yeah, the typing and the filing, but, honey, I don't know who I'm working for.
Stanfield Lee, attorney at law.
You've always thought it was weird that I didn't know who it was I was working for. Yeah. I don't know why he has an office in Santa Bárbara. No one practically ever calls him.
What are you getting at?
Yesterday, Mr. Lee comes in himself, and I'm not allowed to meet him. Mr. Friendly made sure that I was out. What do you make of that?
Bashful guy.
He's a high-powered attorney.
Okay, they probably had some important things to talk about. They didn't want you around. Honey, don't worry about it. Who cares? The only thing important is that you collect a paycheck at the end of the week, right? Right?
Houston, this is Earth calling to Amy. Come in, please.
That wasn't there the other day.
What?
The stuff in that wastepaper basket.
The banana peel I tossed.
No, the paper. I haven't thrown anything away in weeks.
What are you doing?
Einstein, I am going through the trash. What does it look like?
Well, I hate to tell you, honey, but this could be construed as snooping.
Dr. Renfro, you're right. There is some connection between Renfro and Mr. Lee.
Where do I know this number from?
Wait. I know. That's Dr. Renfro's number. There's something else on here that's really weird. New S.
New S?
Yeah, he's got it down here about 3 times. What do you think that means?
Probably stands for something.
New S. Oh, no.
What?
No, it means new secretary. How can you fire me?
Honey, come on. Don't be ridiculous. You're just letting your imagination run away with you again.
Well, it has to stand for something.
Well, I'm telling you it doesn't mean anything at all, or else you wouldn't have filed it under G, right?
I thought you liked a good mystery.
Only if I can skip ahead and see how it ends.
Don't you have any theories on this one?
Yeah, but you stay out of it.
Mason, just listen to yourself. It's an obsession you have. Channing is dead, okay? It's over, it's finished, it's done with.
It governs our present, Ted. Can't you see that? Dad saw Channing as the perfect image of himself, perfect in every way. I almost felt sorry for Channing because what he really was so far from that image. It was because of what he was that when he was murdered, there were a lot of suspects.
What the hell does that mean?
It means that there were a lot of people who, for very good reason, hated Channing's
Oh,
guts.
shut up, Mason!
Ted, Channing was dirt. He had no compassion, no morals. He used people. He went to great lengths to find out people's weaknesses and secrets, and then used that knowledge to get power over them. It's no wonder he was murdered.
Mason, you're crazy, man. No, man, I'm not gonna listen.
Ted, he threatened Warren with proof that Warren had stolen those coins. He knew about Lionel and Sophia. He discovered that Peter Flint had been a male hustler. On the day he was killed, he had told every one of them what he knew and that he was going to tell the world. A lot of people wanted him dead.
All right, even if it is true, don't you see it all ended when Channing died?
No, it didn't, Ted. Don't you understand that? You said that I had the obsession about Channing. It's not me. It's Dad who has it. Channing was Dad's creation. So everyone had to think that Channing was a perfect creature, a superior human being. Otherwise, the great C.C. Capwell had made a mistake. Well, I know that Channing wasn't perfect. I know what Channing really was, and Dad hates me for that. He wants me to say I'm sorry. I can't do that, Ted, no matter what he does to me.
Mason, he will destroy you. You can't fight him forever, all right? Now, come on, just give in. Just forgive and forget. Mason, how much more can you take, huh?
Daddy, could you spare a moment?
Of course, honey. Always, you know that.
Did you get a chance to analyze those Armandi files?
Yes, I did, yeah. They look pretty good on paper. I think I want some more information. But I have to be honest. My instincts are against it.
Why?
Well, I have to get a prejudice off of my chest first. I don't think I want to be connected with any company that Sophia has anything to do with. Now, I'm appreciative to Marcello for helping Kelly, but there's something about that man that bothers me.
I understand.
Well, I appreciate your interest. You know, sweetheart, we're a family-owned company. One of the strong ones that's left. I'm proud of that. I like it that way. I don't have to answer to people, and I can control my own destiny. I think that's what I want to pass on to Brandon.
Brandon?
Yes. Oh, I had great hopes for Channing, but at least God has given me Brandon.
What about me? Kelly or Ted?
I haven't forgotten about you, but you know, there are very few women that are heads of major companies. They just don't have the background for it.
Well, Daddy, maybe they just didn't get a chance to show you what they can do.
Oh, I don't know, Eden. You know, it takes a special kind of leadership to be top dog, and few women have those qualities.
Well, if not me, why not Ted? Why Brandon? Daddy, he's only 6 years old. He's not a member of this family.
Honey, he'll be perfect. I'll groom him for the job, just like I did with Channing.
Is that why you're marrying Gina, so you can groom Brandon? Doesn't make any sense, Daddy. Gina's bad for you.
Excuse me, Mr. C. I'm sorry to interrupt.
What are you still doing here?
I was visiting with Rosa.
Well, I'm glad you are here, Cruz. I was about to announce to Eden that Gina and I are going to be married this afternoon, and I want you both there. I won't take no for an answer. Come on, honey, smile for me. This is a very happy day for me, and I don't want it to be spoiled.
Hi. Well, we have an appointment. I know you. You wrote a letter to Warren's paper. I'm sorry, I don't remember your name.
Oh, Maggie, this is Amy Perkins. Amy, Maggie Gillis.
How do you do?
Nice seeing you again.
Gillis, right, you have an appointment at 5 o'clock with Mr. Lee. You're right on time.
Oh, is Mr. Lee in?
No, I'm afraid he's not. Actually, he's barely ever in, but I'm expecting his assistant, Mr. Finley, any minute.
Great.
Here he is, Mr. Finley. Warren Lockridge, Maggie Gillis,
Okay.
they have an appointment with Mr. Lee.
Yes, of course.
Hi.
Please, come in. I must apologize for Mr. Lee. He's out of town at the moment and couldn't be here. Would you care to sit down?
Oh, thank you.
Well, I hope Mr. Lee was able to take a look at our case before he left.
Yes, he did. And he's sorry that he won't be able to take it. Mr. Lee feels that the chance of success with a case like this is so minuscule that it's really not worth his time.
So then we're being turned down, in other words.
I'm afraid so.
Look, this could have been taken care of over the phone. You didn't have to call us all the way down here. We're not being charged for this, are we?
No, of course not. I feel that, or Mr. Lee feels that it's always best to do business in person.
Yeah, well, then he should have shown up.
I realize that this is a highly emotional matter, and Mr. Lee regrets that he can't help. But you have to realize that a man in Mr. Lee's position has to be very careful about what cases he assumes.
So then I guess right and wrong don't have anything to do with it?
Oh, forget it, Warren. It's not worth arguing about. I've been down the road 100 times.
You know, I think that Mr. Lee is just plain scared. Scared of facing C.C. Capwell one-on-one. Not scared of losing, but scared of being beaten and made to look like an incompetent.
That's preposterous. No one intimidates Stanfield Lee. It's a matter of being legally powerless. I'm sure that if there were anything that Mr. Lee could do for Mrs. Gillis's husband, he would do it.
Yeah, well, he isn't, is he? Why don't you just tell Mr. Lee that we don't need him, all right?
Oh, come on, Warren, it's not worth
Look, you just tell him that, okay? And you tell him that he's a coward for not handling this in person.
Some pretty heated voices I heard in there.
Nothing for you to worry about.
With this particular drug, the body builds up a dependency very quickly. But if you haven't had any withdrawal symptoms by now,
Mommy, are you asleep? Can I come in?
Not right now, sweetheart. I want to rest a little bit because I want to look pretty for the wedding. Why don't you take a nap and I'll see you later?
Glad you're here.
Dad, I just came to pick up a few things.
Well, don't be in a hurry. Now, Gina and I are going to be married this afternoon. I very much would like to have you there. Ted, will you listen to me? You may not understand this, but I need my children just as much as Sophia does.
Mason is your son too, Dad.
Mason, I don't want to talk about
Yeah,
Mason.
well, I do. In fact, I think you're being too hard on him. I mean, he's my brother, and he's your son. Now, can't you at least just try to be kind to him?
You're staying with him, aren't you? That's what happens. Everything he touches is poisoned. Now, I want you to stay away from him and come back home.
Goodbye, Dad.
Ted, listen to me. This is C.C. Capwell. Put me through the district attorney. Hello, Tony. Yes, I'm fine, thank you. I want you to do something for me. You've got a prostitute in town named Ginger Jones. Yes, Mason's her attorney. I understand that she's bringing girls into town, and she's operating out of Kelly's old apartment, my daughter's old apartment. You know about that? All right, good. Because I want you to raid that apartment. Yes, absolutely. And if Mason's there, I want him picked up as well.
It's in the kitchen, Marlene, and will you put some clothes on, please? Thank you. You know, you're supposed to come to the office to sign these papers, not here.
Sure, honey. We understand.
Don't call me honey, Heather. Yeah, Ginger, it's Mason. Listen, I didn't agree to this. I told you got to explain to your girls that they can't use this apartment. No, look, it's my sister's apartment. They can't come here using her things. No, Ginger, look, I don't want to discuss it. Just keep them out of here, okay? Thanks. Heather, would you leave us alone for a moment, please? Well, little brother, like the black cloud.
I was just at the house. The wedding is finally gonna happen.
Oh, charming. Well, cheers to the happy couple. Dad give you a hard time?
Forget it.
I bet my name came up.
Yeah.
Let me guess. I'm the rotten apple that's spoiling your barrel, right? You see what he's doing, Ted? I'm not to have any family at all, not even my brother. He started years ago by driving my mother away when I was a child, make room for Sophia. Now he's trying to finish the process.
Mason, it's not that bad.
Well, don't worry, it'll get worse. You know, I think I could use a little comic relief. Maybe I'll pop over there for a chat. You say the wedding's about to start?
Yeah.
Well, that's perfect timing. They'll think I came to stop the wedding again.
I'll get it.
Mason, don't go over there. You're just gonna make things worse. Miss Parks?
Hi, Ted. May I come in?
Yeah, sure. Come on in.
Hi, Mason.
Vicky?
Am I interrupting something?
Oh, no, not at all. I'm gonna leave you people. Ted, would you take notes? I'd love to hear how you explain this. Ciao.
Would you like something to drink? Hi.
You look nice. All dressed for the main event.
You know, baby, I do understand, even though you think I don't, and I'm sorry.
I want to ask you something. I want you to tell me the truth about it.
What do you want to know?
Yes. Yes, Mr. Reardon. Really, that much? Well, yeah, sell. That's great. Yeah, we'll get right on it. Thank you. Marcello gave me some advice on some stock, and it went up 8 points in a takeover speculation. Now I have the money to finish the Orient Express restaurant. Isn't that amazing? He really came through.
Yeah, right. That's great. First nightgowns, now stock options. Tomorrow, what? The Taj Mahal?
Bruce, I saw the way you looked when you overheard my father talking about Brandon.
How did I look?
Like you understood what he said. Like you agreed with him. That Brandon should be next in line.
You're wrong, Eden.
Do you believe that women are an inferior race and shouldn't be at the top of the business world?
I believe in people, and I believe in you especially.
I don't understand it. I don't understand how Brandon could be picked over everyone else for no good reason. There's that look again. What is it? What do you know? Why are you keeping something from me that's important to me?
You're jumping to conclusions.
Don't you understand how much it hurts that my father would pick a 6-year-old boy over me?
Sorry. I'm tired, I guess.
I don't understand. I thought leave. You know, if I didn't know
Forget
better.
it. You tried. And you cared. That means a lot.
Maggie, I set you up for this disappointment. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay, really. I'll be all right. It's just that for a minute there, I thought I might have a future. I guess I should have known better.
Listen, I believed what you said when you told me what you're up against with the lawyers. But the day in Stanfield Lee's office, it really hit home. You're right. You do have a fight in front of you. It's going to be a tough one. But we're not giving up.
I have to give up. I can't keep doing this.
Listen, I'm going to write some articles about Ben's accident, okay? Hey, remember, you're talking to the new owner of the Santa Bárbara Sentinel, okay?
It's a waste of time.
Yeah, well, I don't. I'm going to be the one that's putting in that time.
Please.
No, I refuse to let you stop trying. Look, you got no other choice. Sorry.
Mommy, I'm ready. It's almost time, isn't it?
Yes, sweetheart. That's right. It's almost time. I'm finally going to become Mrs. Capwell.
You look pretty, Mommy.
Thank you, sweetheart. You look very nice yourself. Will you do Mommy a favor and tell Uncle Cece that I'm all ready and I'll be down in a few minutes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Brandon. Good to see you. This is Reverend Davis. He's going to be marrying your mother to Uncle Cece.
Well, hello, Brandon. How are you?
Hello.
I'll just go see everything's ready.
Fine.
I'm gonna go get Uncle Cece for my mommy.
Oh.
I'll be back to see you.
All right, you do that. I'll be here.
Mason,
Hello, Gina. Nice day, isn't it?
what are you doing here?
Moi?
So just stop it.
Oh, Gina, don't worry. I'm not here to stop the wedding again.
Please, Mason, you wouldn't.
Oh, you're home free, kid.
Just go.
Now that you're pregnant, you've got Dad right where you want him. By the way, how is the little one? Are you feeling all right?
I'm fine. Will you just leave, please?
Certainly. What a touching wedding present for Dad. Another heir.
Mason, get out.
But Dad, I thought I would come to give the bride away. After all, I am the oldest son.
You're not going to ruin my wedding again.
I'm not leaving yet. I have a little message first. Don't try to ruin things between Ted and me. We're brothers. We love each other. You understand that? Love? Probably not. But you're going to have to face the fact that Ted would rather live with an outcast like me than with his own father. Now I'm going. You, have a nice wedding. Gina, I wish you lots of luck.
Daddy, I want to talk to you.
What now, Eden?
Everything's gone bad in this house since she came here.
I don't want to listen to it.
You are going to listen to it, because I am the only child you have left in this house. She has forced you into marrying her. First by getting pregnant. Right, Daddy? She practically dragged the minister here. This wedding is obscene. She's afraid you're just going to open your eyes and come to your senses.
Eden, I love her.
Love her? You deny your own children for an adopted child?
I'm going to marry Gina.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to stand here and watch it. I can't live here anymore. Not after this.
Now, just a minute. You're upset. Now, I need you here. I need my family.
You can't have both!
That's blackmail.
You can just call it that, Daddy. I'm going back to Europe. Maybe I should have never come back.
Excuse me, Mr. C. Everyone's a little concerned about what they're supposed to do out there.
I don't want to go on with the wedding without Eden. Talk to her, will you? I know you two are very close.
Yeah?
I don't understand it, Cruz. I love Eden. She knows that. She must stay.
Okay.
It baffles me. I'm just trying to live my own life, and my children resent it. If Eden goes, then I've only got Brandon left. Please talk to her for me.
Well, I can try.
Do anything you can to keep her here.
Wait. You saw my father?
Yes, he phoned me. He asked me to come by. He wanted to discuss your choice of colleges.
Well, why didn't he talk to me?
I don't know. All I know is that he wants you to go to Harvard and he hoped that I would influence your thinking.
Okay, look, Mrs. Parks, I don't want you or my dad to decide for me, okay?
Right. That's what I told him, but I don't think he listened to me.
Yeah, I know how my dad feels about Harvard. Actually, I'm kind of leaning towards Stanford.
I hope that's not to spite him.
No. I'm not getting along with him too well, but I'm certainly not that foolish.
You're not going to his wedding this afternoon, are you?
Yeah, I feel kind of bad about that.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Hi, everyone. Now, don't anybody do anything.
Why, what's going on?
Well, the complaint has been filed, and we're taking you all in for questioning. Suspicion of prostitution.
Oh, no, wait a minute.
That includes you two, fella.
Wait a minute, officer. I'm a teacher, and I'm visiting a student.
Oh, they're students now, huh?
Yeah, well, it's the truth.
You have some ID, miss?
Sure. Oh, I must have left my wallet in the car.
Yeah, well, class is dismissed and we're all going to see the principal.
No, I'm sorry, Miss Barnes. Hey, Eden, you can't go running off like this. You're way too upset to be thinking sensibly.
I'm not sensible. I guess I'm not a lot of things. Just don't stay in my way. I'm going to Switzerland.
Look, hey, you remember who you're talking to? This is me. Now, I know you loved your father, and you know he loves you. There's got to be a way to get through this without deserting your family. And what about me?
Don't bring you into it. It's not about you. It's about me and my father and Gina and Brandon. Don't you understand what's happening? My whole family is falling apart.
I understand, but what am I supposed to do?
I would stay for you. But I can't. Look at my family. Everything that's happened here is so ugly. I can't stay here anymore. I can't be.
Look, what if I told you something that would change your mind?
Nothing is going to change my mind.
Eden, wait a second. I think it would. In fact, I'm certain that it would.